Let's talk about something we almost never think about until it's too late. I'm talking about your bones, that silent, living framework that supports, well, everything you do. But deep inside, there's a constant battle going on, a battle for their very strength. So I've got to ask you straight up. Right now, today, with all your daily habits, are you actively building a stronger skeleton? Or are you, maybe without even realizing it, letting it get weaker day by day? The answer might not be what you think. For years, we've been told the same old story about bone health. But let's be real, if that advice actually worked, millions of people wouldn't be living with this constant background fear of a single fall. It's time to tear up that old playbook and find out what's really going on. And this isn't just some small health niche. We're talking about a massive, silent epidemic. The crazy thing about osteoporosis is that it's a thief in the night. You often have no idea it's happening until that awful moment a bone breaks. By then, the damage has been silently building up for years. Just look at that number, 200 million. That's the estimated number of people worldwide dealing with this. It's just a staggering figure for a condition that so many people don't even know they have. It really is a quiet crisis on a global scale. And the toll isn't just physical, not even close. It's that constant nagging anxiety about slipping on ice or tripping on a rug. It's having to give up things you love, like hiking or just playing with your grandkids. It's that awful feeling that you're losing your independence, that you feel fragile. That's a heavy weight to carry around every single day. So if this problem is this huge, it kind of makes you wonder, right? Is the advice we've all been following for decades just wrong? Let's take a closer look at the cracks that are starting to show in that old wisdom. Okay, so this is the absolute core of it. For years, the story was simple. Got weak bones? Just pop more calcium pills. But the hidden truth is so much deeper. Bone loss isn't just a calcium problem. It's often driven by a body that's in a state of constant low-grade inflammation, basically a body on fire. So what does a body on fire actually do to your bones? Well, think of your bones having two crews, a construction crew that builds new bone and a demolition crew that clears out the old stuff. It's a beautiful system, but chronic inflammation completely messes up that balance. It puts the demolition crew into overdrive while telling the construction crew to take a break. The result? You're breaking down bone way faster than you can rebuild it. And just when you thought that was the whole story, there's another twist. Let's say you're eating all the right healthy foods. Well, if your gut health is poor, it's like putting up a roadblock. Those amazing bone-building nutrients can't even get absorbed into your system to do their job. It's no wonder people get so frustrated. But here's the good news. Once you understand the real problem, inflammation and absorption, you can actually start to fix it. This lets us draw up a whole new blueprint for building bones that are truly strong and resilient from the inside out. Right, so if calcium is the brick, you gotta remember, you can't build a house with just bricks. You need a whole construction crew. You need magnesium to actually form the bone. You need zinc to get the repair cells working. You need copper for healthy cells. And maybe most important of all, you need collagen proteins. That's like the flexible steel rebar inside the concrete. It gives your bones strength and the ability to flex instead of shatter. So where in the world do we find this incredible team of nutrients? Well, the answer isn't in some high-tech lab. It's been hiding in plain sight, in some of the oldest and most powerful seeds on Earth. Let's start with our first powerhouse, sesame seeds. These things have been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, and for very good reason. These tiny little seeds are absolute nutritional giants. Just take a look at this. In only 3 tablespoons of unhulled sesame seeds, you get a serious chunk of your daily calcium, magnesium, and zinc. But then, look at that last number. 122% of your daily value for copper. Remember copper? It's essential for building that strong, flexible collagen framework we were just talking about. It's just incredible how one simple food can deliver such a massive, targeted punch. All right, next up is another humble hero, the pumpkin seed. So often, we just scoop them out and throw them away at Halloween. Turns out they're one of the best things you can possibly eat for your bones. Pumpkin seeds are just loaded with magnesium and phosphorus, 2 more all-stars on our bone-building team. In fact, studies have shown a direct link between people who eat more magnesium and those who have higher bone density. It's a true mineral powerhouse. But hey, all these minerals are only half the battle. They need a structure to latch onto. And this is where our final and maybe most surprising ingredient comes in. Simple, unflavored gelatin.
So why on earth gelatin? Because gelatin is just cooked collagen, and collagen is the main protein that makes up the flexible matrix of your bones. It's the scaffolding. Without it, your bones would be hard, yeah, but as brittle as a piece of chalk. Plus, it's packed with an amino acid called glycine, which helps fight that very inflammation we now know is the real enemy.
Okay, so we've got our mineral-rich seeds and we've got our structural protein. Let's put it all together into one super simple, really powerful daily habit. Here's your action plan, and it honestly could not be easier. You just combine these powerhouse seeds and the gelatin. If you want a little natural sweetness, you can mix in some processed dates to help it all stick together. That's it. Just 1 or 2 tablespoons a day over some yogurt or in a smoothie. That's all it takes to put this entire blueprint into action. You know, the biggest thing to take away from all this is that we just have to start thinking differently about bone health. The real, lasting solution isn't about finding the next miracle drug. It's about realizing the incredible power that's probably already sitting right there in your kitchen pantry. So in the end, it really is a choice. Every single day, you're building the body you're going to live in tomorrow. The only question is, what materials are you going to use? Are you going to stick with the old, crumbling wisdom of the past, or are you going to use a new blueprint to build a stronger, more resilient future for yourself?